This is Hino's Sport, bringing you that heat and that far. We keeping a foot on the what on the X. We keeping a foot on the what on the X, and like the Tibetan mastiff that I am, I'm applying what unlimited pressure. Cause pressure does what a versus pipes. And a prediction, King strikes again. And a prediction, King strikes again. I'm gonna say this again. And a prediction, King strikes again. And a prediction, King strikes again. And I'm gonna say it for the number 3 of confirmation. And a prediction, King strikes again. And a prediction, King strikes again. He knows the sport. Told you guys, man. And a matter of fact, we gotta say it a 4th time. Because we covering all sides of the angles. And a prediction, King strikes again. And a prediction, King strikes again. He knows the sport. Told you. Y'all motherfuckers stay 6 to 12 months late to the party. It's because boxing is a 3-pronged monster. Economics, politics, and pugilism. Let me say it again. Boxing is a 3-pronged monster. Economics, politics, and pugilism. What did Hino's Sport told you guys? The fix was in. And like Maya Angelou told you, when a person shows you who they are the first time, believe them. So once a super duper hype job variation, always a super duper hype job variation. Y'all sat here and celebrated Teofimo Lopez. Hino's Sport was just waiting for the opening. Hino's Sport was just waiting for Vasiliy Lomachenko to come out and tell you what Hino's Sport was already been trying to tell you in Hino's Sport Batman fashion. Because remember, I done deduced the situation in Hino's Sport Yoda fashion. Because remember, Sun Tzu, aka Art of War, 7 steps ahead of the game, 48 laws of power on that ass, dog. I'm ahead of the fray, man, i.e. Game of Thrones. Let me say it again. I'm ahead of the fray, i.e. Game of Thrones. Vasiliy Lomachenko just told you that boxing judges was paid off. So this fight right here needs to run that motherfucker back. Let me say it again. Boxing judges were paid off. So they need to run that motherfucker back. I told everybody, man. Even my fellow Double Dragons True Alpha. They didn't want to fucking listen, dog. Or they didn't want to fucking pay attention, dog. Let me say it again. They didn't want to listen, or they didn't want to fucking pay attention. Now you have to listen. Now you have to pay attention. Vasiliy Lomachenko was robbed by the super duper hype job variation. I could tell something was off. Bob Arum wanted to teach Vasiliy Lomachenko a lesson. We've seen this before. Bob Arum has done this to Oscar De La Hoya. He's done this shit to Manny Pacquiao a numerous amount of times. Jeff Horn fights. Fucking Timothy knothead ass Bradley fights. We've seen this happen too many times. And you guys fell for it. You got the wolves over your fucking eyes, man. And you believe this bullshit and you believe this fuck shit. I told you, man, the super duper hype job variation. Once a super duper hype job variation, always a super duper hype job variation. The way that he fought in that fight, the way that he was fighting tooth and nail against Vasiliy Lomachenko, the way Vasiliy Lomachenko was hesitant, when Vasiliy Lomachenko still was tagging his ass up. How come the Matrix didn't operate as high tech? Now we know his ass ain't the Matrix, because if he is the Matrix, I wouldn't watch the fucking series. But how come he didn't operate as high fucking tech? He couldn't even do that. He didn't even do that at his truest and his most properest levels. Like Meek Mill say, there's levels to this stuff. There's gears. Now y'all gotta give Hino's Sport his ultimate nod and his ultimate credit, because other YouTubers out here in these boxing streets are now reporting what Hino's Sport said 6 to 12 months ago. And you know what you guys did? In Rudy Poor Plum Plum Brain fashion, classic Golden Troglodyte fashion, ultra fanboy with the ultra fanboy rhetoric fashion, y'all went and had fucking cheeseburgers. Y'all went and sat here and got fat as fuck and tried to get on Hino's Sport live to try to think you were ethering and murking Hino's Sport. And look how y'all looking right now. All I gotta say is, look at me now, dog. Look at me now. Look at me now. Ain't that Chris Brown say? Look at me now, dog. Look at me now. I told y'all, man. And a prediction, King strikes again. And a prediction, King strikes again. Never go against Hino's Sport, because he's authentic and consistent as you know what. And he's what? He's bringing you that whoop, that heat, and that fire. And keeping the foot on the whoop on the next. And keeping the foot on the whoop on the next. I told you guys, man. Boxing is a 3-pronged monster. And what have you guys seen? Hino's Sport is always on the thumb and the needle of the damn situation. And what was the thumb? The fix was fucking in. What was the needle? The fix was fucking in. And when it's all said and done, it's as simply put as this. The fix was fucking in. That's the cold-hearted, That's the unadulterated, and that's the cutthroat truth teller fashion. I told you guys, boxing is a three-pronged monster: economics, politics, and pugilism. Bob Arum is a old car salesman. You can't trust a car salesman. They are shiesty motherfuckers. He wanted to teach Vasiliy Lomachenko a lesson and to build this super duper hype job variation who couldn't even get the job done himself. Man, I gotta toot my own horn. I'm savoring this shit because everybody thought I was wrong. Every fucking body. It just shows you guys that he knows his sport is a seer, man. He knows his sport is a visionary, and y'all need to put respect on He Knows His Sport's name. This is He Knows His Sport. Checking out.